morning everyone. Welcome to Bio Everywhere by Mansi Janda. In this session, let's talk about the circulation of blood in human beings. Blood is a medium that passes nutrients and minerals in overall the body, and this blood is pumped by an organ which is a muscular organ, that is heart. Heart helps in the pumping of blood. Now this blood is carried in overall body by the help of the blood vessels, and there are two types of the blood vessels. One is artery and the second one is veins. These are the blood vessels which carry the blood in overall body parts. Now the difference between the arteries and veins is these arteries carry the oxygenated blood, while the veins carry the deoxygenated blood. The oxygenated blood means oxygen rich blood, means oxygen content is higher in the oxygenated blood, while the deoxygenated blood means it contains carbon dioxide more in quantity, means carbon dioxide rich blood. So the next point is arteries carry blood away from the heart. It carries blood away from heart to all body parts, while the veins carry blood from body parts towards the heart. It carries blood towards the heart, while the arteries carry blood away from the heart. The third point is arteries walls is thick and more elastic, while the veins have thin and less elastic walls. Can you guess why these arteries have thick and more elastic walls? The reason is in the heart the blood pressure is high, so to avoid the breakage or leakage, the arteries have thick and more elastic walls. This is the reason why the artery have thick and elastic walls. Now let's talk about the flow chart for the double circulation of blood. In human beings, there is double circulation of blood. One is systemic circulation and the second one is pulmonary circulation. The most important organ which is responsible for the purification of blood is lungs. These lungs help in the purification of blood, means it converts the deoxygenated blood into the oxygenated blood. They convert the carbon dioxide rich blood into the oxygen rich blood. So these are lungs which are responsible for purification of blood. In the double circulation of blood, these lungs plays an important role in the purification. Now from the lungs the blood enters into the heart, and the heart have four chambers, and these four chambers are: one is left atrium, second one is left ventricle, then right atrium, and the last one is right ventricle. These are the four chambers of heart: left atrium, left ventricle, right atrium and right ventricle. In the double circulation of blood, the blood flows from lungs towards the left atrium. Now after the oxygenation of blood, means after converting the deoxygenated blood into the oxygenated rich blood, the oxygenated rich blood is carried to the left atrium. Now this passing of blood from lungs toward the left atrium is carried by a artery or vein, which is pulmonary vein. All veins carry the deoxygenated blood, while this pulmonary vein carry the oxygenated blood. This is the exception of veins. So this pulmonary vein, pulmonary word is associated with lungs, and this pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood from lungs to the left atrium. As the blood is filled in the left atrium relaxes, and then it further contracts, and the blood then passes into the left ventricle. Now the blood enters into the left ventricle. The left ventricle for a second relaxes, and then it gets contracted, and that contraction results the blood flow from the left ventricle to the body parts. Now there is a flow of blood away from the heart, and this flow of blood away from heart is carried by arteries. Now these arteries carry the oxygenated blood from left ventricle to the body parts. Hence the oxygenated rich blood reach up to the body parts. Now the deoxygenated blood from the body parts reach up to the right ventricle, and this flow of deoxygenated blood from body parts to the right atrium which takes place with the help of veins. These veins carry the deoxygenated blood from body parts to the right atrium. Deoxygenated blood. Now this right atrium gets relaxed and then it gets contracted, and then the right atrium, when contract, the blood pass from it to the right ventricle. Then after blood comes into the right ventricle get relaxed, and after its contraction the blood passes to the lungs for the purification process, and this flow of the blood from the right ventricle to the lungs is carried by an artery which is known as pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery is exception of arteries which carry the deoxygenated blood, while this pulmonary vein is an exception of veins which carry the oxygenated blood. So there is two type of the circulation takes place. One is from lungs to the heart and second from the heart to the body parts. This circulation from lungs to the heart is known as pulmonary circulation. While the flow from heart to the body parts, this flow is known as systemic circulation. Now there are two types of the circulation takes place. One is systemic circulation and the second one is pulmonary circulation. That's why this phenomena is known as double circulation of blood. So this double stands for one is pulmonary and second one is systemic circulation. This is about double circulation of blood in human beings.